Welcome students to Thakur Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College. Today we are going to start with subject Economics, chapter number 2, Utility Analysis, part 3. Students, in the previous class we have studied about TU, MU, relationship between total utility, marginal utility, features of utility, types of utility. Today's topic is Law of Diminishing Marginal Utility. This topic is important, students, as per your long answer question. So please learn this topic thoroughly. So let us begin with today's topic here. Introduction. This law was first proposed by Professor Gauss, but was discussed in detail by Professor Alfred Marshall in his book Principles of Economics, published in 1890. So Professor Alfred Marshall, he has applied this law of diminishing marginal utility. In reality, he just brings the notice and he has mentioned the behavior of a consumer, that is law of DMU, in his book Principle of Economics in 1890. As per this, it is based on the common consumer behavior that utility derived diminishes with reduction in the intensity of a work. Here, it means as a consumer how we behave after consuming particular product. Our intensity, our desire from that particular product, it start declining. And we started either shifting to that product or we don't want to consume that product. So therefore, this idea is given by Alfred Marshall. See here, let us understand here with the help of statement of the law. According to Professor Alfred Marshall, other things remaining constant. Here, other things remaining constant, it means here only we are going to discuss about the behavior of a consumer. Other things are not going to be changed. The additional benefit which a person derives from a given increase in his stock. So in this line we can understand here with the help of pizza that I have explained you in the last class. For example, if the person is having 7 pieces of pizza, after eating the first, he is going to proceed with the second, third, fourth, fifth. And after consuming here, as he increases his consumption, his satisfaction level is fulfilling, and therefore, here it is given here, his satisfaction level is fulfilling, and slowly and steadily here, whatever the product that he is consuming, after reaching to the certain point, the satisfaction level starts what it diminishes. So same way, here the law says, other things remaining constant, the additional benefit which a person derives from a given increase in his stock of a thing diminishes. Here, increase in his stock of a thing means what here? After consuming, example, the pieces of pizza, first, second, third, fourth, right? The stock is increasing, but the satisfaction level here diminishes. So, the satisfaction level diminishes with every increase in the stock. That means from second to third, the satisfaction level decreases, but the total utility here increases in the stock that we already has. So in short here, the more of a thing you have, the less you want to have more of it. That means here, after it's lockdown, you people just wanted to eat here pizza. You will go and you will have continuously for a certain period of time, you people will go and for the 2 to 3 months, you people are going to enjoy here pizza. But after a certain time, you will say now, it's over, right? Now we totally satisfied. Now you will proceed with any other product. So therefore, here we have discussed about the consumer behavior. Now, there are certain assumptions of this law here. Following are the assumptions of the law of diminishing marginal utility. The first one here, rationality. Rationality means what here? When we are going to experience this law, we have to assume that the person should be mentally and physically fit. Therefore, consumer is assumed to be a rational. It means that his behavior is normal and he tries to maximize his satisfaction. And therefore, when Alfred Marshall has applied this, he has clearly discussed that this law is going to be applied on, we can say, rational, a healthy and mentally fit person. Second here, cardinal measurement. Cardinal measurement means here to understand the law we have given in numbers. See here, the law assumes that utility can be cardinally or numerically measured. Hence, mathematical operations are easily possible to know and compare utility derived from each unit of a commodity. So, to understand the utility, we have expressed our utility in terms of number. Homogeneity. Homogeneity says here, just now I gave you the example of pieces of pizza, 7 pieces of pizza here. It means the person is going to be consume that particular pizza only. He should not change his taste from pizza to burger or any other type of pizza. So there should be what here, homogeneity. The product is going to be same and he is going to consume the normal product. Here, our units of a commodity consumed are exactly homogeneous. It means all. For an example, I am giving the example of here pizza, and therefore all 7 units of pizza size should be same. Identical in size, shape, color, taste, etc. The next here, continuity. Continuity here, it means when a person is going to experience this law, there should be continuation in consumption. It means at once only the person is going to visit and he is going to consume the product. It is not like that the person is going to consume the first piece of pizza in the morning and after 2 hours he is going to consume the second piece of pizza. In that case, his marginal utility will never be come down. And therefore, to experience this law, it is compulsory that consumption should be continuous. So, all units of a commodity are consumed in quick succession without any lapse of time. The next here, reasonability. Reasonability means all units of a commodity consumed are of reasonable size. They are neither too big nor too small. It means it should be reasonable as per the behavior of a consumer. It should be normal in size. All 7, for an example, all 7 pieces of pizza should be, units of pizza should be what here in the same identical what here we can say size. Constancy here. Constancy, all the related factors like income, taste, habits, choices, likes, dislikes of a consumer should remain constant. So here constancy means what? Here other things are going to remain same. There should not be changes in the income of a person. Otherwise, he is going to change what here that particular product. He is going to demand, we can say, a higher price product or maybe lower price product. Taste. The taste of the person or his habit should remain constant here. It should not be changed. Similarly, his choices, likes and dislikes, they all are going to be remain constant. He should not shift from one particular product to the another particular product. In that case, we cannot be able to get here marginal utility. So here, marginal utility of money is also assumed to be constant. That means the satisfaction level from the money, that is also going to remain constant. Divisibility. Divisibility here, it means the law assumes that the commodity consumed by the consumer is divisible so that it can be acquired in small quantities. It means when we are going to experience this law, the product should be divisible. We can able to divide the product. It means we cannot take the product. For example, we cannot experience this on watermelon because it is not possible for the person to consume watermelon one after the other. And therefore, the product should be divisible in equal quantity so that we can experience marginal utility. Single want. Single want here it means a given commodity can satisfy a single want of a person. The law assumes an experience of a single want which is completely satiable at a given point of time. Here it means when we are going to experience this law, I am going to explain it with the help of the second example. For example, milk. So when we are going to experience this law, a person should consume milk only. He should not consume other product that is made up of milk. Example, curd, lassi. No. If the person is going to be consume milk, the person have to be stick on milk only. And therefore, that particular product is going to be satisfy only his single need or desire. Then only we can experience this law of diminishing marginal. So these are the assumptions of the law of diminishing marginal utility. Now let us understand this with the help of a table and diagram here. The table shows that marginal utility keeps on diminishing with increase in the consumption. Further, it becomes zero and then negative. See here in this table, units of X. Units of X means what here? Just now I give the example of what here pizza only. So throughout this understanding के लिए we are going to give pizza only and marginal utility of this particular pizza. And we have divided the pizza into 7 units, into 7 pieces. Therefore, when the person is going to consume the first, he is getting the satisfaction, that is maximum 10, and he is going to proceed with the second. Marginal utility starts declining. From 10 it's come to 8. Then as the person is going to consume the third, marginal utility again it declines from 8 to 6. In the fourth units, marginal utility again it declined from 6 to 4. And here in the fifth unit it comes to here very less, that is 2. And when the person is going to consume the sixth unit of that pizza, his marginal utility becomes what here 0. That means this point is called what a maximum satisfaction, because in this case consumer is not getting any satisfaction from this sixth unit of pizza, and therefore marginal utility here it becomes 0. And forcefully, if the person is going to consume the seventh unit of pizza here, his satisfaction level turns into negative. That means as for the number, it will come here -2. So therefore, here it explains, the table shows that marginal utility keeps on diminishing with increase in the consumption. Here we can say here marginal utility diminishes, but utility, its number of units, it increases over here. Further, it becomes 0 and then negative. So here marginal utility on the sixth unit it comes on 0 and further it turns into negative. So this is what here explanation of the law. Now let us understand this with the help of a diagram here. Now see here, units of commodity X are measured on x-axis here. Units of commodity here we have measured on x-axis. This is our x-axis. Marginal utility is measured on y-axis here. Marginal utility on y-axis here. Marginal utility. Various points of marginal utility are plotted on the graph as per the given schedule, as per the table that we have just now seen. See here one more time I'm going to explain you here. When the person has consumed the first unit, he got the satisfaction level 10. So here we have put here 1 point or dot, we can say, that is a maximum. Second unit, it reaches to 8 here. Third unit, it comes on 6. Fourth unit, it comes on 4. Fifth unit, it comes to the least, that is 2. And on the sixth unit, it comes on 0 here. 0, and further on the seventh unit it turns into here negative, that is -2. So when the locus of all the points is joined, marginal utility curve is derived. That means after just joining all this point here, we will derive this curve, and this is called what your marginal utility curve. MU curve slopes here downward from left to right. Here from downward. And it just shifts from left to right hand side, which shows that MU goes on diminishing with every successive increase in the consumption of a commodity. Here, which shows that marginal utility goes on diminishing. We can see here, its marginal utility starts diminishing with every successive increase in the stock. Number of units started increasing from first, second, third, fourth. So units increases, but marginal utility decreases over here. When mu becomes 0, mu curve intersects the x-axis here. So on the 6th unit, our mu, it comes on here 0. And after that here, it is intersect the x-axis. And here, further consumption of a commodity brings disutility. That means after the 6th one, if the person is going to consume the 7th unit, his utility, that is satisfaction level, it turns into negative disutility, that is negative utility, which is shown by the shaded portion in the diagram. Here it is shown. So this part is called what here? Disutility or dissatisfaction that the consumer he is getting from the particular product. So here we have understood with the explanation of the diagram and the table, loss says here it is a behavior of a consumer after consuming the particular product at certain level. We are getting satisfied, right? And after particular point we don't want to eat that particular product because already we are too much satisfied with the product, and still if forcefully we are going to consume that product, our satisfaction level, it turns into dissatisfaction. You people must have observed this behavior whenever you people have gone with your family or with your friends, when you people have consumed some of the product, and after a certain point you people might have said that I don't want to eat this, I got bored, because your satisfaction level has reached to the point of satiety, and that is the reason our likes, it turns into dislikes. So therefore, law of diminishing marginal utility, students, if the question will ask, you have to write the entire whatever I have explained in today's class. It's in introduction, statement, assumption, then you have to draw the table, you have to explain it, you have to draw this diagram, and you have to explain this. Entire thing should be present in your 8-mark question. Thank you, students. Thank you very much. Please take care.